Hey you guys, today we will be looking at the new Neo The World Ends With You trailer. Apologies if my voice sounds a little weird, it is super early. Well, not early, I just woke up. But yeah, I don't want to waste your time. I'm not someone who has a deep knowledge of the lore. I know one of my friends, Shibuya is working on a trailer analysis for the full trailer, so I'll have that linked in an iCard above when she drops that, and it'll also be linked in the description. I'm just going to focus on the combat and mechanics of this trailer, which is 20 seconds long, so this shouldn't be a long video, I don't think. The first bit of info that we get is the menu. We have a line of options at the top showing us pin loadouts, threads, which are the clothes you can equip, thoughts, which probably comes from the special pin you can use to listen in on people's thoughts, though I assume this would only keep important information for the actual mission, since if you just had a log of like every single thought you listen in on, that might be confusing. The last two options are Streets, which is most likely your map of Shibuya, and possibly a quick jump option, hopefully, and Records, which will be your save and load options and the like. Let's look at this deck loadout. First off, in the corner we can see Deck 1, so this probably means we will have an option to save multiple sets of loadouts and quickly switch between them all, which is a nice quality of life update. Each character will have one pin that is equipped to them. I really like this system to equip pins. You'll have a new pin you just received, a pin that is recommended for that particular character, and a random one. When the pin is changed out, we see that his recommendation for pins focuses on close range attacks. On the side, we can see an info box with the pin name and number, how powerful it is, what affinity it has, and the level and brand of the pin. We also get a preview of what the pin will actually do, which is a huge quality of life update. When we switch over to the next character, we see that there is not a new pin in the recommendations and that long range is his specialty. I know the random and recommended pins for Rindo were both close range, so it seems that any recommended pins will be for the specialty of that character. This does not mean that you can only equip those kinds of pins though, since the pin info on this character still shows Rindo doing the attack. This means that while there are specialties for a character, you can give whatever pin you want to these characters. Or it's possible that only Rindo can do this, since with Neku he had a specialty and that he could use any range of pins. Anyways, when the pin switches, we see the recommendations change, though they are still long-range pins. We then get a quick peek at the thread menu with the same kind of mechanics in terms of recommendations. We get a new one that will boost a stat, and a random selection. Like the original game, you'll have an ability associated with most clothes. That ability will be locked until a certain requirement is met. The pants option shows that if you do not have a new set there, you will get two recommendations that boost certain stats. The pants equipped have an attack boost ability with it, though it only looks like Fret would benefit from it. With the shirt, we see that Rindo gets an HP boost, but it is not unlocked yet. The lock may be associated with the style stat. We then get to see what the all option menu will be. Of course, this gives you access to all of the options you have available. I think it is nice to not have a specific stat that bars you from equipping something. Again, a nice improvement from the original game. Now let's look at some combat. Alongside Noise, we will face off against other teams in Neo. When you are locked on, you can see that all four characters are locked onto this one person, as evidenced by 4 separate arrows pointing at him. When the screen switches, we see that there is a point system which may be associated with team versus team battles or a specific requirement for today's mission. During Fret's long-range shots, we see a combo attack with the last burst being a stronger and larger shot. A prompt appears around the targeted enemy. This says drop the beat, which seems to be a prompt for a follow-up attack from another character, encouraging you to chain attacks between your team. This adds 15% to the groove gauge. We then switch to a different battle, it seems, since all of the pins have changed. We get to see the pin that was equipped to Rindo at the start, which has a sight called Vortex Saber. During this attack, we can see him taking damage from someone else on the opposing team. He doesn't stagger out of his combo, which is nice. I would assume that smaller attacks won't stagger you and bigger attacks will, but it is nice to see that not all attacks will hit you out of your attack. We then switch to a fight against a dinosaur Noise, and a little frog Noise right here. Hello. It looks like you snap right to the enemy when using close range pins, so I hope that means you won't whiff many attacks. Also, Rindo gains HP during this attack without another pin being activated, so I wonder if this pin has an added effect of HP restoration. The last combat scene shows another follow-up attack with the drop the beat prompt. And that is all I have for you guys today. I am so excited for Neo. There seems to be a lot of work put in for quality of life improvements from the original game. Not that the original game was bad, but it is nice to see some of those mechanics being built upon or improved. I'm still not sure how the camera and movement will work, since sometimes it looked like you would switch to a character when you use their pin, but sometimes you wouldn't. Strategy may be more focused on pin usage than movement, though that makes me wonder how smart the AI will be with evading attacks, since you have a team HP bar. Also, I guess the sky in the box art is the same as the sky in Kingdom Hearts 3's box art, so that's crazy. What is going on? Anyways, thank you to my patrons who support me. Their names will be on screen right now. If you want to see my breakdowns early or schedule the breakdowns I want to do for each month, head over to my Patreon. I've been streaming a ton over on Twitch as well, so if you enjoy Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, be sure to drop a follow. If you enjoyed this video, click the cards on screen to see my other Neo The World Ends With You trailer analysis. Subscribe or share this, and I will see you in the next video.